Let me turn my attention now to, I would say, one of the most nail-biting, down to the wire, thrilling election results in a while, and I'm talking about this after a week of the US election results, but of course in the Indian context. The Bihar election results started off with the MGB in the lead, that's the Mahagathbandhan, earlier this morning. Then it switched to the NDA, then the gap seems to have been closing. As of last count, as of now, as per the Election Commission website, we're looking at 123, that's crossed the halfway mark for the NDA, and about 113 for the Mahagathbandhan. A couple of key things that are coming out of these election results is that it is closer than it seems. The RJD and Tejashwi Yadav could be the single largest party, but then it could be the BJP as well. If the BJP is the single largest party, it would be historic for them. It also raises the question about the partners you choose, because you have to choose them wisely. In both cases, either the MGB or the NDA, the partners, the JDU and the Congress, seem to have let down the other, which is why perhaps we're seeing such a close contest. Having said that, do we know enough to make a call right now? And what is the bigger message and story coming out of the exciting Bihar elections? Neerja Chowdhury, Neelanjan Sircar and Sanjeev Srivastava joining us on the show now. Neelanjan, can you explain why it's still so close? Most of the votes have been counted, but the fact that there isn't so much clarity even now, what does it tell you? Or are we sure now that the NDA has pulled ahead?
Well, so I'll tell you that I've been, as you're aware, I've been sort of tracking the votes all day. And one of the strange things we saw is that in the middle of the day, all of a sudden, the gap tightened. So I think, after early returns, it seemed like the NDA was 130, a little over 130, and the Mahagathbandhan would not quite be able to catch up. That gap narrowed because in head-to-head contests between the JDU and the RJD, the JDU only has a strike rate of about 30% in this election. And in early returns, it was above 40. It was 40 or a little bit above 40%. So that's essentially the narrowing that we've been seeing. And the question is that with a few results left to go, how many of those JDU, RJD contests are left? And are they going to flip to the RJD, or are they going to sort of stay as they are right now? I mean, that is the numbers game right now. So, we can talk, or the other panelists can tell you a little bit about why it is that the JDU particularly suffered against the RJD. It has a lot to do with, coalition partner in BJP, a lot of credit coming to Modi, not so much Nitish Kumar. Tejashwi Yadav really taking on Nitish Kumar, Chirag Paswan and LJP. There are a lot of factors here, but the bottom line is that the JDU has not performed well, and it's performed remarkably poorly against the RJD.
Sanjeev Srivastava, by this time of the night on election day, we usually have our key takeaways down pat about what the election means. This time round, is it becoming tougher to say that, or can we say some things with a fair amount of confidence? For example, one of them, if I look at the assembly elections as well as the by-poll results, that overall, as far as the voting today is concerned, India is happy and okay with the way the Modi government has handled COVID.
Well, it looks like that. At least it's not, it's clearly not unhappy, if I'd like to flip it that way. A couple of big takeaways. I think the NDA looks ahead, and unless something changes in these last 30, 40 lakh vote counts, it looks like they have a clear edge right now. What happened was about a month and a half, everybody was pretty certain that the NDA is going to win this election easily. Then the crowds at Tejaswi's rallies changed that perception a lot, and then we all know about the exit polls. And the election became, it looked like it's going the other way. Now today, it has turned out to be a close contest. What's the biggest message? That after a long time in Bihar, you have a national party taking the pole position. So there is maybe a gap of 1 or 2 seats between RJD or BJP, whichever party finishes as a #1 party, single largest party. It's clear that the BJP has come into its own in Bihar, which is a huge boost for them because they used to ride piggyback on Nitish Kumar. till now. So the Nitish Kumar JDU's decline and Congress decline is the other big story. So BJP is gaining both at the expense of one regional party, which happened to be its coalition partner, and the other prominent national party, which is Congress, which is really not going anywhere. Despite all the good work that Tejashwi seemed to have done, Congress seemed to have pulled the Tejashwi party and RJD back. So real signs of worry there for Congress. Mr. Modi and his government can be pretty happy because what we saw, the kind of reverse migration, the kind of economic hardships, and everybody knows about it. And still, if the country is, and Bihar, the cow belt is voting and with such a thumping manner for the BJP, it speaks volumes about Mr. Modi's popularity. It also speaks largely about how the party's organizational muscle is very much still effective on the ground. And yes, the last message is that the BJP left no stone unturned to really undermine Nitish in this election. In the run-up to it, the way LJP was propped up. So in the end, whatever, maybe Mr. Modi is having a smile finally after what all Nitish did in the run-up to 2014 election. But now the big question is, if NDA wins, will NDA keep its word? Will the BJP keep its word and have Nitish as the chief minister? Or will now we have a BJP chief minister? Most likely the latter. With such a big difference between JDU and BJP, likely there'll be a BJP chief minister. Congress, well, I really don't know what they can do. They just
publicly several times today they've said through, I mean, they've said, my point is they've said yes. But, my point is they've said publicly several times that Nitish will be the chief minister no matter what. There's no upside really to change him because he's not really a threat to the BJP in any way. Okay, we'll have to see. There's one of those things we'll have to see. Neerja, I just wanted to come to you with an interesting observation and see what you think about it. That if these numbers hold and the NDA wins and Nitish, as they have said, becomes chief minister, there will still be a sense that he has lost somehow because of the poor showing of the JDU. And even if the Mahagathbandhan sits in opposition and Tejashwi doesn't become CM like he hoped to, there will still be a sense that he has performed better than expected. So a different take on winners and losers which goes beyond just the pure numbers?
Is that for me or for Sanjeev?
Who is it for? Is it for me?
That's for you, Neerja.
Oh, it's for me, sorry. What is very interesting about this election, I don't think this has happened any time in the past, at least I don't remember it happening. You have palpable anger against Nitish Kumar, which is reflected in the slump in his seats. He's performed very poorly, we see that. And while you have anger against the chief minister, you don't have anger against his government, of which the BJP was a part. The BJP was as responsible for the crimes of, if you can call it, omission commission, for which Nitish Kumar has paid. Now, not only has the NDA voter absolved the BJP of any responsibility, that voter has chosen to reward the BJP, and their seats seem to be going up by 25, the number that Nitish Kumar has lost. Now, I don't remember this ever happening. Not in Punjab in 2017, when the Akalis were very unpopular, the BJP also suffered as a result. Not when they were in partnership with Mayawati in the 90s, when again they, lost ground because of her unpopularity and Mulayam Singh Yadav came. Now, to me, it could be part of strategy, very clever strategy to distance themselves from Nitish Kumar. They must have realized there was anger building up against him, particularly in the handling of COVID, economic distress, which was articulate in, this slogan against joblessness, which Tejashwi Yadav put his finger on, the pulse very early on and got the benefit of it. But So they decided to distance, no posters of Nitish on the BJP posters, only Modi. They used the Chirag Paswan card. Chirag Paswan pulled out of NDA in Bihar, made Nitish Kumar his primary target, therefore deflected that anger from the BJP completely to Nitish Kumar. He spoke about, praise Modi. He gave tickets to BJP rebels. And he only contested and he asked people to vote for BJP where his candidates were not there, and only concentrated on fighting against Nitish Kumar's party. Now, from the way the trends were coming in, at one point, in 20 seats, the votes polled by Chirag Paswan were more than the margin of the defeat of the Janata Dal U candidate. Had that vote been joined together, though maybe in 20 seats, Janata Dal U may not have done so badly. The final tallies will come out in the coming days, but that was an interesting input that was coming in. Therefore, very clever strategy for the BJP to distance itself from the incumbent and actually get the benefit of it. As far as RJD is concerned, there is a new star on the horizon.
We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how it pans out. Yes, definitely a new star on the horizon for the RJD, no doubt. Neelanjan, I just want to last. Go ahead.
Yeah, one point I want you to make very simply. Therefore, what is the mandate telling you as far as the NDA is concerned? The mandate is telling you that the NDA voter would like BJP to lead the government, not Nitish Kumar. But BJP has announced the chief ministership of Nitish Kumar. Unless Nitish himself voluntarily says, I will not be chief minister, it will be very difficult for them to say, you get out or you are no longer chief minister. At least not to begin with. 6 months down the line, they may do that.
BJP is like Mario Puzo's godfather. They can always make an offer which nobody can refuse. So we may well have a scenario where Nitish Kumar can make this offer that I don't want to be the...
All right. So. In all of this, we forget the power that ordinary voters have. And really, one has to say that the fact that we still have most of the votes counted in COVID times at the election day in a very clear, transparent manner from the Election Commission and all that information coming is something that we should be lauding at the end of the day. It has been an interesting fight overall, and it's not yet over. On that note, I want to thank all of you and take a very short break. The India Revival Mission special coverage up next.